Hi, my name is Amanda Toyer and this is my etask6. All the references, things that I've discussed in this piece will actually be in etask7. We're living in really interesting times as far as language and literacy are concerned. Language is learned and used in social and cultural contexts, and right now our society and our culture is actually undergoing rapid change in many thanks to globalisation and the rise of digital technology. Language is not only a tool for communication, it's also a way that our culture is actually passed on and constructed. How we use our language, the correct use of language, how we address strangers, how we speak to older people, all of those things are actually determined by society, and learning that in school is a major socialisation force. So school learning and language learning is all really tied in there. In fact, it has been suggested that you can't really know a language until you know the culture, that the culture and the language are so entwined that they can't be separated. One particular value that's really woven into language is the value of power and who can speak and who has a voice. It's been pointed out that powerful people generally have had access to language. Things like aristocracy and priests using Latin instead of the local language to pass on religion and things like that. Up until recently, only wealthy people could afford schooling, although now that's not the case. Publishing, for instance, you used to be able to, in order to be published, you would have to go through editors, whereas now we have internet technology where the rise of self-publishing is absolutely huge. So no longer do we have to rely on information coming from just one place. If people want to say something and they have a voice, then they can actually put that out there in the internet. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's not a good thing, it depends. The power of literacy is also huge in our society. The inability to read or write makes basic things really difficult for people. But now we're actually seeing multiliteracy. So we're actually seeing that it's no longer just about reading and writing, it's about being literate in the digital and the visual world. So previously, literate people over a certain age, considered that they were completely literate, people in their 40s and 50s and 60s. But now, because we actually have all these internet technologies and we have globalization, they're actually some of the illiterate people. And one of the difficulties and the challenges for teachers is in dealing with these multiliteracies is to actually teach it alongside the traditional literacies. Children still need to understand basic grammar and spelling and things like that, but they also need to understand visual imagery. They need to understand how digital things work. They need to understand how an iPhone works, how to make a movie. And so that's the challenge going forward for teachers and going forward for language and literacy.